You started the recording. So those of us who are already here, say welcome to the webinar with Hindu University of America featuring Dr. Ashutosh Ji. And Dr. Ashutosh Ji Parik is joining us from Bharat. It's quite early there in the morning, 5 a.m. So very glad to have you, Ashutosh Ji. And people who have joined from different places, if you can just post in the chat where you are joining us from, so that we have an idea, that will be nice. And while we wait, maybe I'll also launch a poll. Let's see if we can get some idea of how people heard about this webinar. So those of us who are online, if you can just respond to this poll. How did you hear about us? Most of you might have received an email, but we have also posted about it on social media. WhatsApp messages have gone out as well. Or maybe you heard from a friend or through a Facebook ad or something like that. Looks like so far almost everybody heard from email. So we have Prabhaji from Toronto, Rebecca ji from Indianapolis, Christine from Washington State, Ken Solane from New Hampshire. Welcome everyone. Yeah, we have one person who heard about it from social media. That's nice. So I'll go ahead and end the poll now. We'll get started with the webinar. So today's webinar is actually on the subject of ethics, renunciation, and love, the three paths in Bhartrihari's Shatakas. I'm really excited to hear about it from Dr. Ashutosh Ji. This is a brand new course that we are offering starting in the winter 2026 quarter, starting in January. And it is based on Bhartrihari's primarily Niti Shatakam, but also Shringara Shatakam and Vairagya Shatakam. So we will hear from Dr. Ashutosh Ji about it. But before we get into the actual webinar, let me introduce Dr. Ashutosh Ji. He has been teaching at HUA from, was it last year or this year, Ashutosh Ji?
This year.
This year, okay, yeah. We are very glad to have Ashutosh Ji join us. We met Ashutosh Ji last year in one of the conferences that HUA had hosted at Waves Conference. And we were really impressed and happy with him. And then he's come on board as a visiting faculty. Ashutosh Ji is a distinguished Sanskrit scholar. He's passionate educator and cultural visionary. He's presently serving as a professor of Sanskrit in the Higher Education Department, Government of Rajasthan in Bharat. With 20 years of teaching and research experience, he brings to Hindu University of America a rare combination of academic excellence and unwavering dedication to Sanskrit teaching and learning. He's a gold medalist and a PhD in Sanskrit literature. He holds masters in education and has guided research at MDS University in Ajmer. His scholarly pursuits include UGC-funded projects. UGC is University Grants Commission, the department in Government of India that governs the universities in Bharat. So he has participated in projects that are UGC funded. He has authored textbooks, reference books. He has contributed to curriculum design and numerous publications in reputed journals. He has presented India's rich Sanskrit heritage on international platforms in US, Australia, UAE, and Nepal. He's a dynamic trainer and speaker. He has conducted impactful workshops for students and educators, sparking renewed interest in Sanskrit across age groups. Dr. Parik is the founder of Samskritayanam, a global digital platform promoting Sanskrit, Indian culture, and science. He is affiliated with prestigious organizations such as IASS and WAVES and has received multiple honors from academic and cultural institutions. And of course, he's a visiting faculty here at HUA as well. So welcome, Dr. Ashutosh Parik, and welcome all the attendees. We have had a few more people join us. We have about 13 attendees now. So we will go ahead and get started. I will hand it over to you, Ashutosh ji, and you can take us through this webinar, through the topic and the course and what will be covered and all those good stuff.
Thank you, Arvindji. Namaste, everyone. Namaha Sarvebhyah. And I am very thankful to HUA for me to make this opportunity to teach at this level on the worldwide level, we can say. And my name is Dr. Ashutosh Parik. Arvindji already told about me something about me. I am basically an author, educator, and Sanskrit promoter, and I am working in Rajasthan Ajmer as well as visiting faculty. And I am also associate board member in Waves International. And when we talk about this webinar, so this topic is very interesting. And I think you all will like this topic because when we talk about Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, so Sanskrit literature tradition, basically Sahitya is not literature, Sahitya is very different thing. Uh, so when we talk about Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, the Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara is very wide. And when we talk about Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, there are many variations, many various areas we can see here. And when we saw Bhartrihari, we can find ethics, renunciation, and love. These three paths in his Shatakas, which are three Shatakas basically. So first of all, my question to all of you, you can write this in comment box. Have you heard about any Sanskrit poet name? Do you know about Sanskrit poet name? You can write in comment box. We will some interactive make this session interactive also. So you can write your answer if you heard about some any of Sanskrit poet name. Okay, Kalidas is there. Thank you, Girija ji. Again, Kalidas is very famous, definitely. And something else. Okay, Kalidas and Bhas. Okay, Bhas is also came here. Uh, Something else. If you can write any Sanskrit poet name. Ayodhya Das. Rebecca ji, Ayodhya Das. You have written Ayodhya Das. Uh, I can't remember the name Ayodhya Das. He might be a new person. Okay, Valmiki is, yes, definitely Valmiki is also there. Okay, he wrote Shiv Chalisa, definitely. Okay, Meena Patel ji, Valmiki is there. So Valmiki is also there. Valmiki is called as a Adi Kavi in Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, and he wrote Ramayanam, definitely. And then we can find the name Ved Vyasa, who wrote Mahabharatam. Definitely. Guru Prakash wrote here Bana. Bana is very famous. Bana Bhatta is also there. You can write some more names if you know about the names. So there are many options. There Bana Bhatta is there. Bhas is there. Valmiki was there. Kalidas is very famous Sanskrit poet. And have you heard about Bhartrihari also before this conference? How many of you heard the name Bhartrihari before this conference, before this webinar? You can write yes or no. Yes, okay, yes, okay. Rebecca ji is telling me, oh, I apologize. I didn't realize how my settings were set. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay,
Previously,
okay,
it
no
was
problem.
not turned on. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Manoj Jha ji, okay, you didn't heard about this name. Okay, that's great. So some people are in this webinar heard about Bhartrihari and some others are there who didn't heard about Bhartrihari. So who have heard about something Bhartrihari? What you have heard? You can write this answer also. What do you know about Bhartrihari? Please write something. Have you what have you heard?
Meena Patel ji says he was a king.
Okay, okay, a king. Yes, definitely, definitely. Bhartrihari was a king. Meena Patilji, can you write the answer that which place was that? Which state was that? Which country was that? He was a king, definitely, definitely. Okay, a king who developed Vairagya. Okay, definitely. Okay, uh, okay. Ujjain, definitely. The Ujjain was the capital of Bhartrihari. That's right. Okay, Guru Prakash ji is saying that the shloka how he was cheated by his queen. Yeah, Smarami Satatam. Definitely. This is the very famous slok, and we will talk about this slok also in this webinar. So thank you very much. So you can see here Bhartihari was a king basically, and his younger brother was there. The name of younger brother was Vikramaditya. So Prince Vikramaditya was also there, and Pingala. Pingala was his beloved wife basically. So Bhartihari's time was we can say 450 to 510 CE. Bhartihari was the king of Malwa, situated in area called Rajputana uh, in Middle India, modern Madhya Pradesh, whose capital city was Ujjayini or Avanti, and modern name the city is Ujjain. So he was ruling from Ujjain in Malwa Pradesh. So he was a king. He had a wife called Pingala, and he had a brother. So what happened after that? So you can see here when he was a king, he had a great knowledge of Sanskrit grammar. He also was a good poet, and he is also famous as a philosopher. But as a king, he was in a different way. And after the king, after the renunciation, after the parityaga, he became a different person. So this is a journey from a king to a renunciation age. So when we talk about Bhartrihari, we can find that Bhartrihari was a very, very different person in Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara because he was a king and he became a sannyasi. And how he became a sannyasi, how he became a tapasvi, this is the journey of his life. So there is a story. Someone told about this in message also because this is a story, and you can see this story. One sannyasi or tapasvi came to the king and he gave a fruit to the king. What he said? He said that if you want to be immortal, if you want to live a long, then this is a fruit. If you will eat this fruit, you will be the immortal person. The king thought that this is very good and thank you very much. Tapasvi has gone. After he has gone, king thought that if my queen, my beloved wife, will not immortal, then what is the benefit of my immortalness? So he gave the fruit to his wife. Then what happened? Wife thought because she loves a different person. He was a charioteer in their palace. She thought that whom I love very much, he is a charioteer, so I should give this fruit to him. After that, charioteer get the fruit. He know that he knows that this fruit is very important for all of us, all of for me, and if I might be immortal, but I love a different person. She is a different lady. And if she will not be immortal, then what is the benefit for my immortalness? So he gave this fruit to a different lady whom he loves very much. And that lady thought that the king of our Ujjain should be immortal because he is a good person. If the king will immortal, our state will be beneficial in a good benefit. So that lady gave that fruit again to the king, and this was a cycle. When that king got that fruit again, he thought that what happened all these things. And after getting that fruit, he got the whole story that how this fruit get a journey. And that time, a very famous shloka, which is a message by someone in this chat box, that came. What is this shloka? Yam chintayami satatam मयि सा विरक्ता साप्यन्यमिच्छति जनम सजनो निसक्तः अस्मत्कृते च परितुष्यति काचिदन्या धिक्तां च तं च मदनं च इमां च मां च. Okay, can anyone tell this that what chandas in this shloka? You can write chandah, chandah meter. Anyone, if can write, please message in chat box. So what this shloka says: she who is the constant object of my thought is indifferent to me, is desirous of another man, who in his turn adores some other women. But this woman takes delight in me. Damn her, damn him, the god of love, the other women, and myself. So, this is how he thought about all these things. This was Bhartrihari. And after that, he left the complete his samrajyam to his brother, and he gave all the things and went in a cave and started tapasya. That Bhartrihari is also a grammarian. He was poet and he was a philosopher. So there are some many other books you can find of Bhartrihari. Vakyapadiyam is also there. Mahabhashya Tika is also there. Vakyapadiya Vritti is also there. And Shabda Dhatu Samiksha is there. And Shatakatrayam. Shatakatrayam, which we are talking about all these things. So Shatakatrayam is also the uh, good book of Bhartrihari. So there are three Shatakas of Bhartrihari. One is Niti Shatakam, second is Shringara Shatakam, and third is Vairagya Shatakam. So when we talk about all these Shatakas, that then we tell about Sahitya Parampara also. So what is the Sahityam? Sahityam is only literature. Do you think about this? Or something else? Sahityam is not a literature because literature it means something written, something useful. But Sahityam means Shabdhartayo Sahitayo Bhavah Sahityam. When Shabd and Arth match both and then they give a good meaning, then this is called Sahityam. And other we can see here Hitena Sahitam Sahityam. Whatever for the welfare of the person, of the people, that is called Sahityam. So Sahityam should be written for the welfare of the community. So this is called Sahitya Parampara. And when we talk about Niti Shatakam, you can find many aspects about Niti Shatakam. So you can find all these various topics in Niti Shatakam. Who is fool? What is called foolishness? Who is wise? Vidvat Paddhatihi is also there. What is honor and heroism? What is virtuous? Who is wicked? What is wealth? What is welfare? What is courage? What is fate or destiny? What is real action or real deeds or karma? So all these we can find here in Niti Shatakam. And again, you can see here there are some more aspects about Niti Shatakam. So when we talk about ethics in Niti Shatakam, then you can find that this focus on dharma, virtue, and right action. This insights on leadership, humility, and generosity. It warns against greed, ego, and deception. Again, it encourages wisdom, courage, and self discipline. And when we talk about key ethical messages of this Niti Shatakam, you can find that it has character surpasses wealth or status. Learning refines personality. So if we are learning something, we are try to learn something, then it will definitely refines our personality. Then true strength lies in self-restraint, as well as society depends on dharmic behavior. So should try to make our behavior dharmic, dharma sammat. Again, when we talk about next book, Shringara Shatakam, you can find some important aspects in Shringara Shatakam. Shringara Shatakam is very much important for the love. It celebrates love, beauty, and emotional maturity. It depicts both joy and pain of relationship, which we can find in this time also. Which it balances sensuality with sensitivity. It is a rich imagery and poetic elegance. And when we talk about key concepts of Shringara Shatakam, one, love as a universal human experience. Dynamics of longing, union, separation. Emotional refinement through affection. The interplay of desire and devotion we can find here also. And when we talk about Vairagya Shatakam, you can see here that many aspects of Vairagya Shatakam. So Vairagya Shatakam is importantly based for the renunciation. It means parityaga. When we get something, we should try to parityag also, because our culture is based on parityaga Sanskriti. ईशावास्यम idam sarvam yat kinch jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma gridhat kasya svidharam. Ishavasyopanishad says this. So Vairagya Shatakam is it expresses disillusionment with worldly life, contemplates impermanence and suffering, calls for detachment from sensual pleasures, promotes inner peace through self realization. And key ideas of Vairagya Shatakam we can find life is fleeting, desires are endless. So we have to control our desires. And renunciation as liberation from bondage. Awareness of the transient nature of power and wealth. Spiritual clarity through simplicity. So these are the main key ideas, main key concepts of these three books, which called Niti Shatakam, Shringara Shatakam, and Vairagya Shatakam. There are some examples. You can find some examples. There are many shlokas I have in this slides, but we will read only some shlokas because there is a time limit also there. So you can find first shloka. Who is Sarvajya? Who is Murkha? So the shloka is like this. Yada kinchit jyoham द्विप एव मदान्ध समभवम् तदा सर्वज्ञोऽस्मि त्यभवदवलिप्तं मम मनः यदा किञ्चित् किञ्चित् बुधजनसकाशादवगतम् तदा मूर्खोऽस्मीति ज्वर एव मदो मे व्यपगतः. So, what is the meaning of this shloka? Sometimes we call that I am a sarvajya. But when I will realize that I am a murkha. So, when I had a little knowledge, Adjal Gagri Chalkat Jai is very famous quotation for Hindi. And when I had a little knowledge and became blinded with pride like an elephant, then my mind became arrogant as I thought I know everything. But when I understood a little something from wise persons, and then I thought I am a fool. I don't know anything. I have to know much more, because the word is is a great knowledge source. And my pride faded away like a fever. So when we know little, then we call that I am the boss of this universe. But when we actually know the actual knowledge, then we feel that our knowledge is very little and we have to find much more to get our personality development. So you can find this shloka, which is very famous shloka in Niti Shatakam, Sahitya Sangeet Kala Vihinaha. I hope you have heard. Please, you can write the message if you have heard any shlokas from here. In these four shlokas, you can write the message if you have heard or if you have studied these shlokas, because these are the very famous shlokas which I'm getting from Nishatakam. So the shloka is there. Sahitya Sangeet Kala Vihina Sakshat Pashu Puchha Vishanahina Trinam न खादन् न जीवमानः तद्भागधेयं paramam pashunam. So when we talk about this shloka, Sahitya, Sangeet, and Kala, these are the very famous and very important aspects of our life. We should try to learn something from the Sahitya. We should try to sing something or listen something from Sangeeta. And we should try to do something as a Kala Marmajya. So the person who is devoid of literature, music, and other skills, as like art, is actually like a beast without a horn and asking. The one who does not eat grass is alive. Well, it is a matter of pride for animals that some people are also animals, but they don't eat grass. So we are very thankful for them, because these are the human. They called human, but they are not eating grass. If they will eat the grass, the animals will not get the grass also. So we are very much thankful. So this is called a Vyangya of Sanskrit Sahitya. So this is the Vyangya when we are not some reading something, when we are not trying to get something in music, and we are not getting something skills, then we are not human. We can't say that we are the human. We are just like animals. But we are not eating grass. That's great for those animals. And you can find more shlokas in this slide. Okay, and I'm going to next slide because I already told that I have picked some shlokas about for you, and there are four shlokas in one slide, but I will talk only for two shlokas because uh, we have limited time. But if you want any shlokas to get the meaning, definitely we will try to try to find that shloka also. So you can see here next shloka, vidya. What is vidya? Vidya नाम नरस्य रूपमधिकम् प्रच्छन्न गुप्तं धनम् विद्या भोगकरी यशः सुखकरी विद्या गुरूणां गुरु विद्या बन्धुजनो विदेशगमने विद्या परा देवता विद्या राजसुपूजिता न तु धनम् विद्या विहीनः पशुः. Okay, in these four shlokas, if you heard any shloka, Vidya Nama Narasya, yes, definitely. So when we talk about these shloka, Vidya, what is the Vidya? Vidya, knowledge, is praised as a man's highest adornment, a hidden and secure treasure. It grants enjoyment, fame, and happiness. It is even the teacher of teachers, even the teacher of teachers. Knowledge serves as a friend in foreign lands. If we are in foreign lands, knowledge will serve as a friend. Is revered as the supreme deity. If we don't believe in any deity, but we have to believe supreme deity as a Vidya, because Vidya is the supreme deity. And honored by the kings. Wealth alone does not earn such respect, but knowledge does. A man devoid of learning, despite wealth, is compared to an animal. Thus, true humanity is defined by learning and wisdom, not mere material prosperity. So, if we are not having the knowledge, then we will called Vidya Vihinaha Pashuhu. So, who is Vidya Vihinaha? Saha Pashu Asti. He called as a Pashu. Next, you can find more shlokas. So, which shlok you want? Prarabhyate, Jadyam, or Yasyasti Vittam? You can write in message box. Yasyasti Vittam. Last one. Okay, Yasyasti Vittam. Okay, yes, Yasyasti Vittam. धन्यवाद. Yasyasti Vittam स नरः कुलीनः. So, यस्यास्ति वित्तं स नरः कुलीनः स पण्डितः स श्रुतवान् गुणज्ञः स एव वक्ता स च दर्शनीयः सर्वे गुणः काञ्चनमाश्रयन्ते So this shlok is very important in this era because this time is called as a economical era. Everything is based on economy. So if we have money, then we have all the qualities. If we don't have money, then we are nothing. Okay. So Niti Shatakam in 5th century, they are saying this. Yasyasti vittam sanarah kulinaha. A man who has wealth is high born and a scholar. He is learned and discerning. He alone is eloquent and handsome. All virtues depends on gold or on wealth. So Niti Satyakam is saying that if we have money, then we have all the qualities. This is the society behavior, social behavior. This is not a good, but it happens many times in our society. So they are saying all these things. And the second one shloka is about Uttam Janaha. Who are the Uttam Janaha? And third one is about a Satsangatihi. Satsangatihi kathaya kim na karoti punsa. So if we are with good people, then we can get everything which is important for our aspects. You can find the next slide. There are four shlokas. Again, one is Ma Bruhi Deenam Vachaha. And second is Sadvidya Yadi Kim Dhane Apayasho Yadyasti Kim Mrityuna, which is bolded. I am telling all only that part of the shloka. And third one is Paropakare Nadu Chandanena. And fourth one is Nyayat Pathah Pravichalanti Padam Nathiraha. So any of shloka have you heard about in these four shlokas? But one thing which is very important that Niti Shatakam is very famous book. If you write any shloka, any uh, part of the shloka, definitely you will find the shloka in Google. So these shlokas are definitely very important shlokas. And Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, Shatakatrayam, definitely the books which all we should learn, we all should read all these books. So you can find shlok number one. रे रे चातक सावधान मनसा मित्र क्षणम श्रूयताम अम्भोदापहवो हि सन्ति गगने सर्वेऽपि नैतादृशाः केचित् वृष्टिभिरार्द्रयन्ति वसुधाम् गर्जन्ति केचित् वृथा यं यं पश्यसि तस्य तस्य पुरतो मा ब्रूहि दीनं वचः. What Bharti is saying, you can see here, uh, when we are in need, basically, we go everywhere and try to find our needs, try to find something. Okay, just like a beggar. Beggar is asking everyone that please give me something. But human nature should not be like that because we are the humans and we have the knowledge. So we should not be like that. And they are giving this as an example of Chatak Pakshi. Chatak is a bird, and they are what they are saying in this shloka. Oh Chatak, oh my friend, listen attentively for a moment. There are many clouds in the sky, yet not all of them are such worthy of asking. Please don't ask everyone. Please don't ask every clouds because every clouds not give rains. Some drench the earth with shower, some simply roar in vain. Do not utter pitiful words before everyone you see. So ma bruhi dinam vachah. Whomever you see, please don't ask. Ask only that person who can give you, who is the responsible person, who is a good person. So everywhere we should not be Dina. We have to be Dina only that place where we should be Dina. And next you can find the fourth shlok. Okay. And you can write shlok also. One, two, three, four. If you want to. Okay, I'm saying this fourth shloka because this is very famous shloka, and this I like this shloka very much. What is this shloka? Nindantu niti nipunah yadi vastuvantu lakshmi samavishatu gacchatu va yathishtam adyaiva va maranmastu युगान्तरेवा न्यायात् पथः प्रविचलन्ति पदं न धीरा. So what is happening here? Nindantu niti nipuna yadi vastuvantu Lakshmi samavishtu gacchatu vayatishta. Discerning man may slight or laud them, the goddess of wealth. Lakshmi may come or go as she likes. Death may occur today or after ages, there is no problem. But strong willed men do not deviate from the path of justice. From the path of justice, a good people never deviate. Lakshmi agacchatu vagacchatu. Maranam adya bhavatu va yugantare bhavatu. There is no problem. But I will not deviate from the path of justice. So, when we are talking about the justice, the good person never deviate, but the other person, anytime they deviate from the path of justice. So, if we are good person, we will not deviate. And next, you can see Shringara Shatakam. There are some examples from Shringara Shatakam also. So, when we talk about Shringara, some people don't talk about Shringara, but the Shringara is also the part of human life, and we should talk about this thing also. So, when we are talking about Shringara, Shringara means love, love from nature, love from earth, love from love with the gods, we can say, and from everywhere where we are getting love and we can give the love. That is called Shringara, and this is also very important. So there is a shloka, Sati Pradipe Satyagnav Satsu Tara Ravindishu Vina me Mrig Shavaksha Tamo Bhutam Idam Jagat, whom I love very much. If she or he or any other thing is there, then everything is in a good light. But whom I like very much, he or she or that thing is not there, then everything will be in the dark. So even with lamps, even with fire, even with stars, even with the sun, even with the moon, if everything is there, but whom I like very much, that person is not there, then everything will be called as a dark. Next, you can find Viraha, the third one. विरहे अपि संगमः खलु परस्परं संगतं मनो येषाम् हृदयमपि विघट्टितं चेत् संगी विरहं विशेषयति. In this time, we can see that there are many homes like that where husband and wife are living in one place, but they are not dealing with them in a good way. They are living with them, but they are not living in good way. This shlok says about this thing. What shlok says? When hearts are truly united, even separation feels like union. Even we are away from each other, that will be also called union. That will be also called unity. But the coming together of broken hearts, if we don't match with each other, then if we are living in a home, that is also worse than the separation itself. So what happening is in this time we can see in this Shringara Shatakam also. The fourth one you can see here. Yadyasti nasti ruchiram tasmin tasya spriha manojyepi ramaniyepi siddhanshau na manah kamah sarojinyah. One does not feel desire for what one does not like, even if it is beautiful, just as the lotus does not bloom by the moon, however charming it may be. What is ruchiram? What we like, definitely that will be the useful, that will be the beautiful for us, and that will be the important for us. If we don't like that thing, that might be how much beautiful, but that will not be important for me, that will not be desired by me. So I will desire only that thing which I like at most. So ruchiram and spriha is and ruchiram, these are the purakam. And when we talk about Vairagya Shatakam, you can find some important shlokas from Vairagya Shatakam. The first one is very famous, very much famous. I hope you have heard this shlok. And what this shloka says, Bhoga na bhukta vayame bhukta tapo na taptam vayame tapta kalo na yato vayame yata तृष्णा न जीर्णा vayame जीर्णः. So this is a very famous shloka, and what this shloka says, worldly pleasures have not been enjoyed by us, basically, but we ourselves have been devoured. No religious austerities have been performed, but we ourselves have become scorched. Time is not gone, but we ourselves are gone. Time is not going, we are going. Time is not living, we are living the world, basically. And desire is not reduced in force, though we ourselves are reduced to sanity. So, desire is not jirna. Basically, I am going to be jirna. I am going to be vriddha, and I will leave this world. Krishna will not leave this world. Krishna will be there everywhere, every time. So, this is saying about Vairagya. Bhartrihari was a king, and Shringar was his first choice, we can say. And when he thought about he thought about his wife, and that fruit incident was there, then he thought that this is I should not be in only in Shringara. I think something I have to think something else. So he thought about ethics. What is ethics? And after that, he went for a tapasya. And Vairagyam is also there. So you can find these shlokas are depicting the complete life, whole life. When we are studying Bhartrihari, then we are getting everything we want. And the next you can see here. वैराग्ये संचरत्येको नीतौ भ्रमति चापरः श्रृंगारे रमिते कश्चित् भुवि भेदः परस्पर. So when we are talking about Vairagyam is also there. Some people will like the Vairagyam. Some people will like the Niti. And some people will like the Shringara. Because Munde Munde Matir Bhinna. And for our prosperity, we should study all these three things. Because according to Niti, according to ethics, we live our life. According to Shringar, we appreciate this world. And according to Vairagya, we leave this world in a peace. So if we want a complete life, then this is very much required. And so interrelationship of the three paths is also there. Ethics provides foundation for harmonious living. Renunciation teaches detachment from excess. Ati sarvatra varjayet is very famous quotation. So, love completes human experience with emotional depth. Together, they represent a holistic vision of life. So, when we need a holistic vision of life, we should learn about the Vairagyam, Niti, and Shringar also. So, philosophical significance of these three paths. It illustrates the spectrum of human life. It balances material, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. Timeless wisdom relevant across generations. Integrates poetry with philosophy. And in the end, we can say that Bhartrihari's Shatakatrayam captures the essence of human experience. Ethics, renunciation, and love from complementary paths. Offers spiritual introspection and practical wisdom, as well as a deeply poetic guide for meaningful living. So, when we are studying about Bhartrihari, we can say that we are living a life in holistic way. One more thing which is very important, and for that we are trying to make something else. So when we're talking about Sanskrit shlokas, I have only told you the meaning of these shlokas, translation of these shlokas, but not the depth of the shlokas. Because the depth of shlokas we can find from Sanskrit itself. We know about the Sanskrit is non-translatables. Through Sanskrit, we can think more about these words. The emotions must be conveyed by the depth of heart, peace of mind, and the words of completeness. So, only the meaning or only the translation is not the everything from the Sanskrit shlokas. American poet Robert Frost said that poetry is what gets lost in translation. We are understanding something, there is no problem, but we are not understanding the poetry. If we want to understand the poetry of Bhartrihari, we should learn Sanskrit itself, and we should try to get the meaning from Sanskrit word, not only the translation, but the depth of the meaning of that word. which we can find from Sanskrit itself. And so, what we have to do? We have to do Samskrite Satsangah, Sanskrit Madhyamena Satsangah, Sanskritena Sahityam, Sahityena Sanskritam. यदि वयम यदि if we are learning Sanskrit, we should go for the Sahityam also. And if we are going to Sahityam, definitely we are creating our Sanskrit more powerful. So when we are talking about the shlokas, what we do in general way, we get the translation, just only translation. But where is Chanda? I have asked the question that, do you know about the Chanda? Where is the Anvaya? We don't know about the Anvaya. Where is the Alankara? Where is the Vutpatti? Where is the Shabda Prayoga? Where is the Upsarga, Pratyaya, Sandhi, Karakam, Samasa? Everything is there in this shloka. But we are not finding all these things. We are getting the only the meaning. Meaning is not the meaning basically. Meaning is, it means the translation, because the Sanskrit meaning is given downside. You can see here, jyatara dvesha purna santi, prabhavashalina darpa churna santi. This is the meaning in Sanskrit basically, and we are getting only translation in other language. So when we are talking about Sanskrit shlokas, we have to think about all these aspects: chanda, anvaya, alankara, vitpatti ityadikam. So we have to think, we have to try to get all the meanings from these aspects, not from only the translation. So if we can get the complete essence of these shlokas, we have to think in Sanskrit madhyamena. We have to go in Sanskrit parampara also. We have to get the word meaning through Sanskritam. What is the bodhara? Bodhara doesn't mean only scholars. So how this word, this is what is the vitpatti of this word? What are the pratyayas in this word? We can find all these things, and it will definitely beneficial for Sanskrit learners. So Sanskrit learning has two levels basically. First level, that preliminary Sanskrit, and second level, the upper level Sanskrit. It means the Sahitya Sanskritam. We can go for that also. And I think Arvindji and Hindu City America definitely trying for that or part also, and they are thinking about that. If we are learning Sanskrit language, we should try to get a deep depth or deep level C also, and we can fly the sky also. Okay, get some more height. Okay, and in Sahitya Parampara, if we want to get more heights, or if we want to go see in the deep level, then it will be more beneficial, it will be more joyful and joyful for you all. So Samskrita Satsanga is definitely very important for all of us, and we should try to get the meaning, get the essence of these shlokas through Sanskritam. So thank you very much for giving me the time for this webinar, and I hope this webinar is useful for all of you. And these were some shlokas from Shatakatrayam, which were depicted love and Vairagyam, as well as the ethics. And I think that these all three paths are very important for all of us. So, dhanyavadaha. Any
Dhanyawad
question? If
Ashutosh.
there, then I am here available for all of you.
Yes, there are a couple of questions. First question, I think you alluded to a little bit during the presentation. I was wondering at what points of time in his life Bhartrihari composed these three Shatakams, like were they all composed together, or did they compose them at different points of time and they were compiled, or did they do it? Did he do Niti Shatakam at some point and Vairagya Shatakam at a different point? How is there any information on that available?
There's no specific information is available, but in general way, the people says that firstly Shringara Shatakam was the first he wrote, and after that Niti Shatakam, and then Vairagya Shatakam. This was the
Okay.
sequence we can say.
Okay. Okay. Very nice.
Yes. Because
And
Shringar Shatakam is as a king, he was very fond of the Shringar,
yes.
and his younger brother Vikramaditya was not very fond of him, because he was taking his too much time in Shringar.
Okay.
So some people says that in that time he wrote something about the Shringar, and after that it came as a book, we can say. And but Shringar was the first, second is at Nishatakam, and third is Vairagya Shatakam, we can say.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Mm.
There is also a question about the course. So maybe I will share my screen and then you can talk about the course and we'll answer that live. So it asks, will you explain the course details or will they be mentioned on the website? So let me share the screen. I'll also post the link to the course itself that Ashutosh ji will be teaching on in the chat window. So you can all open it as well. But let me also share my screen and show the course. And you can talk about the course, Ashutosh ji.
Yes.
So it's called Niti Shloka Shatakatrayam by Bhartrihari. It's starting on January 11th and it will go until March 22nd. It will be on Sundays in the evening on the East Coast and afternoons um, on the West Coast. And in Bharat, it will be early morning similar. In fact, the timing seems to be similar to our current webinar time, right? It will be at the same time.
Yes, definitely. I like the Brahma Muhurat very much.
Okay.
And today's Gita Jayanti also,
Oh,
we are
yes.
celebrating Gita Jayanti today, and this is very famous, very important day.
Yeah. Do you want to share anything more about the course, Ashutosh ji?
Uh, about the course, we can see that these three books are there, and you can find these Shatakatrayam are very important aspects for the our society. And I think that if we are trying to learn more Sanskritam, because what we do basically, we need the abhyasas in Sanskritam. Definitely, when we are studying grammar or other part of Sanskritam, that is the okay for all of that. But when we are talking about the Sanskrit depth of Sanskrit language, then we need to take some abhyasas. How we can do that abhyasas? One is the option that we can do some exercises, but I think the second option is very important, that we should go for some Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara. Why we are taking about Bhartrihari's Shatakatraya? Because the language of these Shatakas are very easy, not very tough. So if we are trying to learn Sanskrit language, and if we are going to try for Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, then this is a good start for everyone. And these shlokas have a good meaning also. And if we are learning one shloka, that is the life basically. One shlok is life. Second shlok is a different life. So every shlok is very important. So if we are not uh, remembering all of the things, but if we are remembering one, two, three, four, five, or 10 shlokas, then it will definitely beneficial for our life also. So two benefits are there: one for the life itself, and second for the language, for the Sanskrit language. So through the Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, we are trying to give more opportunities to Sanskrit learners, and it will definitely beneficial for all of us. And if we are studying Sanskrit, the CPSP level 4, level 3, I think the CPSP level 3 who have cleared, they all can get this course, and who are good in Sanskrit speaking, or who have the knowledge of Sanskrit grammar, they also can join this course and it will beneficial for them, because what we are doing in this course, we are not telling on the meaning, we are not telling on only the meanings. Okay, we will not give the only translations, we will give the specific Vitpatti Parichay and everything through these shlokas. So when we are discussing these shlokas, we will discuss every word, and through that word we will get the vibhakti, we will get the sandhi, we will get the samas, we will get the alankar, we will get the chanda, everything we will get from that shlokas. So this will be beneficial for everyone who wants to learn more Sanskrit and who wants to learn more books in Sanskrit. So for the Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, this is a good start, I think so.
Dhanyawad, Ashutosh ji. So let
Yes.
me post a poll to see how many people who are attending the webinar today might be interested in the course itself. In addition to this course that is starting in January, we also have a couple of retreats that are coming up in December. One of them is the astronomy retreat, Hindu astronomy retreat, and the other is Sanskrit retreat, where be doing a deep study of Rudram. So if anyone is interested in those or would like to attend those also, you can respond to it. Meanwhile, I did want to get a clarification from you, Ashutosh ji. You mentioned about people who have been going through our Sanskrit proficiency courses, level 3, as well as people who have some knowledge of grammar and background in Sanskrit. They can join the Niti Shloka course that you'll be teaching. What about people who may not have a lot of Sanskrit background, who are still beginners? Is it okay for them also to join this course? Will they also enjoy it?
Um, they can enjoy this course, but it will be it will be difficult for them. I
Okay.
think so, because we have designed this course like that.
Hmm.
Because Sanskrit Satsanga is a unique idea from Kalyanji basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they thought that who have already studied Sanskrit in CPSP level, different levels, what is the next for them?
Yes.
So this is the next level
Correct.
basically. So
Correct.
if CPSP level, I think we have decided for the three basically, but CPSP level two is also good. If someone is cleared CPSP level two, they can also join this course. But we recommend CPSP level three will be the better option, because when we are talking about this Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara, these shlokas, we will not limited to the only the meanings,
Yes.
we will elaborate everything, and we will try to elaborate everything by the students, by the participants. So these participants will definitely enjoy this course if they have some knowledge of Sanskrit
Yeah.
already. Yes.
Yeah. I see among our participants many names that I recognize. They have already been taking Sanskrit courses or have background from our Sanskrit programs. But I also see some new names. So I just want to mention this, that we have multiple Sanskrit programs. We have the proficiency program that takes you from very basic, almost no knowledge of Sanskrit, or very uh, let us say at level 0 of Sanskrit, to being proficient over a period of 4 years. That is our most popular Sanskrit program, of course. And we also have a shorter program that focuses on conversational Sanskrit. And in addition to that, the first other program that we introduced, which takes Sanskrit learning into a little bit more depth, along with Shastra knowledge, is the Samskritam through Bhagavad Gita. That has also been a popular program where students learn both Bhagavad Gita as well as Sanskritam in Sanskritam itself, so that they are not depending on the translation, like you said. They are getting the gist of it from the original text and from the original vocabulary of Sanskrit. So after that, we have started introducing these courses. We have had another faculty, Suryanandaji, teach courses in Yaksha Prashna uh, and in Chandas as well. Plus
Chandas
also,
is also there.
uh,
Yes.
right now he's teaching a course in Manusmriti, and this is also one of the initiatives with Dr. Ashutosh ji to teach this Niti Shatakam, Vairagya Shatakam, and Shringara Shatakam, so that people get a more in-depth introduction to Sanskrit. and they really get an enjoyment of Sanskrit literature. And this is like a gateway to further introduce more profound Sanskrit literature, which are more popular. Like one of the names that came up when you asked, Kalidasa, right? Everybody knows Kalidasa.
Yes,
We would
definitely.
really like to introduce Kalidasa's works as well.
Abhijan
So,
Shakuntalam is also in planning basically. So Abhijan
correct.
Shakuntalam we also can start, but for that we are starting for the first basically basically.
Yes, yeah. But Bhartrihari is very accessible. Those of us who may have taken some Sanskrit courses in the past or even in school level or college level, we always get introduced to Bhartrihari's works. I myself heard of him and heard about him through that only, and I always thought of him as only a poet. But when I visited Ujjaini at that time, I happened to be go to the place where he had done tapasya. Those caves are there which we can visit and we can see. That is when I realized that he was also a full-fledged sannyasi in the Natha Parampara. And then I learned a little bit more about him. So we are very happy that you will be teaching this course. Before we, let me see, I think, yeah, I'll end the poll. If anyone else would like to answer, please take a minute or so to respond to the poll. But before we close, Ashutosh ji, are there any other concluding words that you would like to share with the people attending today?
सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः. इदानीम् अहं संस्कृतेन वदामि. They can listen the Sanskritam. They can understand Sanskritam or not.
I think we have a mixed audience, so you can maybe give a gist of
Okay,
what
okay.
you have.
I can. So mixed audience for the mixed audience, we have to mix language. We have to use
Yes.
mixed language. Okay. So sarvebhyah dhanyavadah. I am very much thankful for all of you. And when we are talking about Sanskrit language, this is a very great language, definitely. And you all know about all these things. किन्तु संस्कृतेन किं करणीयम्? संस्कृतं प्रथममस्ति संस्कृत knowledge. Okay, some knowledge of Sanskrit that we get from the Sanskrit grammar or Sanskrit chapters we can find. But after that, what we can do? Because Sanskrit is not limited, but sometimes we limited that Sanskrit because we are not going further. We are not going the next level of Sanskrit language. So if you have time and if you have a will to do all these things, definitely Sanskrit language has many doors, many windows, and many paths for all of you. And if you want to learn Sanskrit language, I think we should try for different levels of Sanskrit because the preliminary level is good for all of us. But if we want to try to make something more, we can say adventurous. Okay, so this is the adventure for all of you. This is not a simple course. This is the adventure. When we think about this course, definitely we will what we will do. We will do Shabdakosh also will be there. Everything will be there. You have to find the words. You have to find the Vitpatti of that words. What are the other meanings might be the possible of these words. Sometimes what happens in the shlokas that when getting the translation, we are getting only very limited meaning of that shloka. But shlok is not very limited sometimes. We can find many things, just like Gita. Gita is not limited for one meaning. We can find many other sources. We can find many other interpretations of the Gitas. Why these interpretations are going on? Not by the translation, by the meaning, by the source of the Sanskrit language. So when we are talking about the Sanskrit language, when we are trying to learn more Sanskrit language, we can get more interpretation from these shlokas. And definitely, if we are getting different interpretations, different aspects of these shlokas, it will be beneficial for all of us. So, if we are trying to get something else from Sanskrit, this it will be a good start for everyone, for every person, and it will create a new dimension for Sanskrit learners, and it will be an adventurous trip for all of you to learn in the learning area of Sanskritam. So I can conclude my remarks in saying this that Bodharo Matsargrastaha. The first one shloka is there was there, and Bodharo Matsargrasta Prabhava Smaya Dushitaha. And next is Bodhara Ye Vitvansa Santi. Ye Vidvat Jana Santi. What they are doing basically? They are doing, scholars are have gone resentful basically. The powerful have become haughty, and abodho pahatash chanye jirna mange subhashitam, and the remaining people are ignorant. So there are three types of people. One is scholars. The scholars have grown resentful. Second is the powerful persons who have many who are wealthy basically. The powerful have become haughty, and the other remaining people are ignorant. They don't know anything. What have we have to do? What we have to, we don't have to do. Thus, the very essence of wise sayings has withered away. These are not with us. If we want to get the Subhashitam, if we live with Subhashitam, if we make the important part of our life of this Subhashitam, then we have to try to read all these things. We have to try to study all these things. And if we are studying all these things, definitely it will be a good for all of us. It will create a good life for all of us, and it will create a good society for all of us. So if we want to create a good society, if we want to create a good life, definitely it will be a beneficial for all of us to read these type of scriptures, these type of sayings, these type of subhashitas of Sanskrit Sahitya Parampara. सो धन्यवादः भवद्भ्यः सर्वेभ्यः नमो नमः शुभम भवतु पुनर्मिलामः. And I think there are some questions, Arvind ji, are is there some messages were there?
Yes. Yeah, let me see. So Rebecca ji is asking if there is information about our Sanskrit program, the 4-year program online. So yes, definitely, Rebecca ji, I will take a moment to post that information. Actually, you can go to our website as well, www.hua.edu, and you can look for it. But let me see if I can quickly grab that and post it. Meanwhile, I would like to thank everybody who joined our session today. We hope to see you all in the course that will be starting in January for the Niti Shloka uh, that we presented about today. So, Rebecca ji, I just posted that link. You might want to grab it quickly as we will be ending the webinar soon. But thanks a lot, Ashutosh ji. Thank you for joining early in the morning. We really had a great time with you. The recording of this session will also be shared with everybody, and it will also be posted on our YouTube channel. Please do look us up on YouTube. You will see many recordings of our past webinars as well. So with that, I will close today's webinar. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Arvind Swami. I am the Vice President of Operations here at HUA, filling in for Ankurji, who usually hosts these webinars. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Ashutosh ji. Namaste, and happy Gita Jayanti to everybody. Namaste.
नमो नमः सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः.
Dhanyawad.